Hello and welcome to VLearn Virtual Learning Network. This is session number 5 of Technology Management, and in this session we are going to discuss generation and development. These are the topics to be covered in this session: technology strategy, technology generation and technology development. First of all, technology strategy. Technology strategy may accordingly be defined as a strategy to just deal with technology and its related issues, both level, like one is your macro level and another one is your micro level. So at both level, when I am dealing with a strategy like how to make a technology, or there are certain issues related to technology, so if I'm trying to deal with the technology at any level, like a micro level or a micro level or a macro level, so in both respect we can say that this is a technology strategy, because we are planning for something which helps us to deal with the technology. So firstly, we discuss what are macro level strategy. Like at macro level, each country outlines and adopts a technology strategy just to achieve its political, economical, social objectives, and also जितने भी आपके ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हैं उन सबको ट्रांसलेट करके एक स्पेसिफिक एक्शन में कन्वर्ट करना, सो दैट you can apply to make a appropriate policies as well as mechanism. This is your macro level, because you are making a decision on a country-wide process. In this, you include each and every factor which is important for a country, like political factor, economical factor, as well as your social factors. So ultimately, we want to achieve these all the objectives by just translating them to a action, so that we can achieve the same. Next is your micro level strategy. The extraordinary range and potential uses of contemporary technology has important consequences, as when we discussed industrial as well as commercial firms. The basic role of a technology strategies in business planning is just to help to ask a simple question like what business the corporation plans to be in and how it is positioning. सो बेसिकली टेक्नोलॉजिकल स्ट्रैटेजी में जो माइक्रो लेवल स्ट्रैटेजी होती है वो नॉर्मली हम किसी भी पोटेंशियल यूज़ के लिए करते हैं, जो कि हम एक इंडस्ट्री या फिर कमर्शियल फर्म में अपनी टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज़ कर रहे हैं. दिस इज़ नॉट अ कंट्री वाइड, दिस इज़ जस्ट अ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और अ इंडस्ट्री रिलेटेड. सो वी कैन से दैट इज़ अ मैक्रो लेवल स्ट्रैटेजीज. In this, the industrial and organizational both are endorsed by a technological change and ultimately increase the competition on the international level. So for this, we have an effective strategic approach so that a technology can empower a firm to just to cope up better with these changes, like these competitive changes, and moreover just reduce these threats which we are facing or which our employees are facing in an industry due to these competitions. So this is your micro level strategy, because ultimately the scope is limited to your industry or your organization, not a country wise. Now, importance of technology strategy. In this, a person, M. Dodson, has identified 5 issues which he thinks are important when we are discussing a technology strategy. In this, the first are the need to cope up with technological uncertainty, because technology is never certain. There are many uncertainties which are included in technology factor. So we must need to cooperate with that, all the uncertainties of technology. Secondly, the complexity and the discontinuous nature of technological development, because टेक्नोलॉजी के अंदर डेवलपमेंट तो है बट ऐसा नहीं है कि बहुत ही कॉन्टीन्यूस है. एक डिसकॉन्टीन्यूस अप्रोच होती है, लाइक फॉर अ लिमिटेड टाइम टेक्नोलॉजी में कोई डेवलपमेंट नहीं है, बट सडनली देयर इज एन development in a technology, and at the same time when there is a development we can say that at some times that technology becomes much more complex as compared to previous one. The need for technology to be viewed in a global context, because ultimately the technology is to be used by a world, not by a company, not by a industry or a country, worldwide. Fourth is the need to attain the complementaries. And the last is the relationship between the corporate strategy technology and as well as the public technology policies. So these are some important factors through which we can say that there is a need for technology strategy. Next is linking business and technology strategy both together. So according to FBITS, the basic role of this technology strategies in a business planning, it just related to these three fundamental questions. If you can answer these questions, then you know what is the role of technology strategy. In the list we first have, in what business should the firm engage in future? So depending on that, we are planning that what technology we should use so that we can work in future with better profit or for gaining something. Second question is, how should the firm be positioned in these businesses? And the last, what research, production and marketing will be necessary to attain those positions? So these three are interrelated to each other. Firstly, we are thinking that what should the business do in a future? Secondly, ये क्लियर हो गया कि क्या करना है. सेकेंडली वी थॉट अबाउट कि हमारी फर्म उस पर्टिकुलर केस में कहाँ पर स्टैंड करेगी, व्हाट इज द पोजीशन ऑफ माय फर्म. एंड द लास्टली, हाउ टू अटेन those positions which are necessary for my firm for a research, for production or marketing. So these are some questions which relate a business to a technology strategy, because depending on these questions which are in a business term, but the answers which we give to these questions related to technology strategy also. Now next is formulating our technology strategies. In planning of technology strategies for competitive advantage, these are certain steps which we suggest to you to follow so that you can formulate your technology strategies. In the list we first have, firstly you should determine that what are the different technologies or the sub technologies which in this value chain, so that you can clearly distinguish each and every technology. Once you once you list all the technologies and sub technologies, the second step comes, that is identify relevant technology from the list so that your industry can get benefit. And then the third step is just to determine the likely path of chain of key technologies. Next in the list we have determining which technologies and potential technological changes are most significant for the competitive advantage, because जितने भी आपके पास पूल था टेक्नोलॉजीज का, उसमें से आपने ये डिटरमाइन करा कि आपके लिए क्या बेनिफिट है, एंड नाउ यू उस पूल में से एक आप सेग्रीगेशन करेंगे डिपेंडिंग ऑन द व्हाट इज essential or what is good, as we discuss the industrial structure. Next is the access of firm's relative capability, which is an important to technology, as well as the cost of making improvements. Then the sixth step is to select the technology strategies and comprise all the important technology, and then you can decide your competitive strategy. And the last, this reinforcement of business unit technology strategies at the corporate level. So these are certain steps which we suggest you should follow while you are planning for a technology strategy. Now, small and medium enterprises. The small and the medium enterprises plays an important role in the overall industrial economical development of developing as well as developed country both. The business strategies and the requirements of small countries are very much different from those that are corporate companies or a large company, because each and every company has a scope. So according to their scope, they plan for their business, and according to the plan of business, they plan for technology. So ultimately these all are interrelated. If we are saying a large company is different from the smaller one, so we can say that a business strategies or the requirements of a small one is different from the medium enterprises. So according to the technology requirements and technology strategies, we have different, since these capacity to invest in technology is also limited in small one. Technological entrepreneurs are the born entrepreneurs and cannot be reproduced, while professionals managers can be trained. So in this list we can aware that all the limitations, all the possibilities of a small firm are capable of just identify, encourage and nourishing the entrepreneurship. So the worldwide experience shows that the company जिसके कि आपका सक्सेसफुल मैनेजमेंट है टेक्नोलॉजी वाइज और स्ट्रेटजी वाइज इज द वन विच इज सक्सेसफुल देन ओवरऑल अदर्स, बिकॉज इफ अ मैनेजमेंट इज सक्सेसफुल देन ओनली द कंपनी इज सक्सेसफुल, एंड मैनेजमेंट इज सक्सेसफुल व्हेन the management focuses on a technology strategy so that their business can increase profit. Now, we have technology generations. Technology generations and the development both are the synonym terms which we say that at research and development, because in this we are doing some research and we are developing something. So technology generations तभी आ सकती हैं जब आपने कुछ research किया है. So we can consider a research and development process to be 4 distinct stages. So according to this diagram, we can say that ki R&D have a 4 distinct stages. Like recognition of need is the first stage, where we should recognize what is the need of technology actually. If I understand the need, then only I can do some innovation step. Researching on the existing knowledge, that means the need push, which is used. Like first we have the knowledge, second we generate the ideas, and the same time I am recognizing the need. So these two are different technology. If I am recognizing the need, then I must be doing need pull. But if I use recognizes what are the existing knowledge I have to identify that needs, so I am using a technological push. Then the third one is the engineering, in which you are engineered your overall ideas to make a developed product. And finally the marketing, so that you can market your product. So R&D project tends to go through a following stages. Like first one is your research and invention, second one is how to apply that research, then engineering prototype, and finally the production of prototype, then the product testing, and finally the initial production and sales, because everything which we are doing is for just sale only. There are certain objectives related to your corporate research and development, and the research and development products both. Corporate research activities classified the purpose of the research only. So the first one is to support the current businesses, to provide the new business venture, and then to explore the possible new technology basis, because ultimately our aim is to make my product very much available to all the market, in all the market. So for that we can use our R&D product steps which we discussed earlier slides. So we can say that the steps which we covered earlier, like the 6 steps, first one is your research, then applied that result, engineering that particular prototype, testing it, production, then product testing, and finally the initial production. So in this, the first 3 steps where we are just doing the research, applying the research, and engineering the prototype must be considered as research, while the steps from 4 to 6, that is the production of prototype, product testing, initial production, these are included in development. So in all we can say that R&D. Now corporate research and product lifetimes. In R&D products, in corporate research, it creates or extends the lifetime of the corporate products. In this, it avoids the technological obsolescence of our businesses. For extending the product lifetime, these 3 things which we can perform. Firstly, we should improve the production process to lower the cost factor as well as to increase the quality, because ultimately quality must be perfect and production cost must be low. So that we should improve our production process. Second thing is upgrade or improve your current product model. And the last, start creating a next generation product models if you want to make your product live much more time. Production cost and R&D. Production cost of new products usually decline over time due to some process improvement or some product improvement. In any product line, the initial production costs are usually much higher than the later production cost, because ultimately जब आप product बना रहे हैं उस time का cost usually बहुत ज़्यादा होता है जो कि हम बाद में उसके अंदर implement करते हैं if we are just changing or make some changes in the previous product. All the new products based on new technologies have initially high per unit product cost, and this is because to these 3 reasons. First one is your large research and development system. Secondly, small volume of initial production. Then insufficiency in your production processes. So these are three reasons due to which we can say that कि initially आपका जो rate है वो per unit के में आपका high लगता है as compared to other. Now, processes of technology generation. So these are the processes of technology production. This particular technology is related to R&D organization because we are doing some research and then finally we are developing something. In this particular figure, you can see that the goal, surroundings, criteria, resource allocation, these are some outputs which we get from R&D. And ultimately we combine this and finally reach to my output, that is technology. The input resources which an R&D can use are money, manpower, material, facilities, information, knowledge, technology, science, skills, and energy. Along with this, uses different existing technologies, different criteria, different guidelines. So these all act like a input for my one output, that is the technology, and this is the circle. Like satisfying the goals, driving forces are there, guiding processes are there, for their conditional surroundings are there. So these are something like goals, surroundings, criteria, and resource allocations. These are the output to R&D, and the output of which is technology in turn. So this is the process of technology productions. Now, managing and monitoring R&D. Managing R&D requires special skills and it covers a wide variety of issues ranging from the technical matters to the management techniques, and then it reaches to business environment, international level at the higher. If I want a progress in R&D product, then you should monitor certain things, like you can monitor your technical performance parameters against time, like time to time what are the changes, what are the improvement in technical performance you recognize. Second one is the performance parameters against the cost, like you are imparting this much of cost to get the benefit, but are you satisfied with the benefits which are given by the technology. Third one is the cumulative cost against the time. So these are certain three steps which you should monitor if you are seeing the progress in R&D. Now, technology development, in broad sense we can say that D of R&D covers the technology development, because research and development, the development is itself is the technology development. These all covers the determinants of a technology development, like your natural resources, human resources, fixed allocations, your produced resources. These all are the supply side factors. And if these factors you are seeing, these are your coordinating organization in which there are different linkages, your academic unit, research unit, consumer interest with the government interest. This is your S&T information, instrumental and testing laboratories, design engineering and consultancy, technology forecasting, patent license, standardizing. These are demand side of factors. So these all are including in this process. And finally the starting point is this supply side factors. Then it comes to the research and development, which is the part of innovation. Then is the demonstration and production, which is the part of syndication. Finally, diffusion and substitution, which is the part of application. And then you can see the demand side effects. So overall these all are the determinants, so on, and even the interrelationship between the technological development for R&D to technological diffusion also, like from this side to this side you can see the relationship also. So this is the technological development with the help of R&D. Now there are certain technological development approaches. First one is your in-house R&D, like the R&D research and development process are done in-house only, within the corporate only. Second one is the cooperative R&D. In this, a group of companies sit together in a particular industrial sector and then promotes the R&D sector. Then is the contract research. In this, a company may contract components with technological development to the suitable R&D organization. Then is the R&D collaboration. In this, a company may collaborate with another company with the area of interest is common. This is important. Like if one company is collaborating with another one, then there should be a common interest so that the cost of development must be high. Then with research society, the large industrial houses may set up independent research societies in addition to their in-house R&D units also. So in research society we have R&D in-house and in the large corporation also. Then we have research companies, like in this a large corporation of technology, innovative entrepreneurships may promote the research companies specifically for conducting the research and development of technologies for other on the commercial basis. So these all are the different approaches. We can use any approach to just develop my technology, like it's that's why we are saying technology development approaches. Do it yourself. The first one is, what have been the achievements of R&D in the generation, upgradation or absorption of technology? Second one is, what importance is attached to generation up, upgradation and improvement in technology? Thank you. Happy learning. We learning.